Hi, nice to meet you. I'm a big fan of your work, and I just wanted to say that there's no film composer in the entire world that scares me as much as your work. So thank you for terrifying me. What's on your mind when you're creating such dark atmosphere that is so terrifying that it's giving people nightmares?
To me, it doesn't necessarily feel dark or terrifying. I know when something feels right, and that's kind of my barometer. It's like something doesn't feel right, and then when it clicks, okay, that feels right. That usually means it might scare someone, and that's just kind of how it seems to happen for me. But yeah, rarely am I actually trying to think about scaring anyone. It's really just not even on my mind.
And what was your approach in the music, composing the music for The Leader? Because it's one of the most biggest tragedy in the U.S. So what was your approach to that? What did you have in mind?
Very similarly, what I had in mind was that, as I just described to you, the response that tends to come from me, for me, it tends to come as inspiration. Just sort of comes as I'll usually start hearing something at some point, sometimes very early. For this one, it was very early. It was from reading the script. I remember just reading the script, sketching notes in the margins of like, oh, there's this, and I'm hearing this, and this happening again, and I'm hearing it throughout. And so by the time I first met Michael, I already had 4 things to play him that I'd already fleshed out, and it's like, okay, I think you get this film. So that's kind of where it started for me.
And over different decades, you've worked on so many films and genres. So what is one thing that has never changed?
I think what has never changed is what I've just described to you, is where that sort of kernel of inspiration comes from. It always seems that it seems to arise on its own at a certain point.
Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Jacob.
Hi, love your earrings.
Oh, so cool. Thank you so much. So from Scream Queen in Conjuring to metal singer in the Yagas, lies over decades of screaming. What terrifies you so much?
Roles in which I have to scream. And that's why I took this very quiet role.
No screaming in our film.
Wow.
No screaming in this one.
And
Belting in this one.
for
It
the
is a mouse.
and for the movie The Leader, it was a very interesting theme that you decided to pick. One of the most biggest tragedy in the U.S. So what was your inspiration and direction to working together in such a
I was secretly hoping I would be picked for this role because I saw a documentary on Heaven's Gate, and I really keyed into this role. She drew me in. She was mesmerizing. She had me totally leaned in, counting her blinks. Like I was fascinated with her, so much so that I asked my team, I said, has a story ever been made about this like monumental moment in the history of our country? Like, has anyone ever told this story? And they quickly did some research, and I guess they said, oh no, somebody's already like doing it. And 2 years later, I got the offer from Michael, and I just sort of let it fizzle. But 2 years later, I got the offer to play her, and so it was kismet.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's, he was one of the busiest actors in Hollywood. So she was a little unavailable for a while doing this and that. And also, this is an independent film. This is like, we've got a lot of dedicated people who wanted to come together and tell this story. And so I'm really blessed that we were able to bring this cast together because, Vera's partner is Tim Blake Nelson. And, we have Jim Parsons, one of the key followers of Heaven's Gate. And I feel like collectively, we all just took it, we gave our heart to it. We brought our humanity, so that way we can hope that we let the Heaven's Gate stories humanity shine back to the audience.
Thank you so much. And I wish you a terrific premiere.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.